Hello again, Marx Motorman here with another video. Now I've had a few requests wanting me to show a few more of my harder to find trains, and I've got a few of them right here for you. This first one here is William Crook's 440 locomotive, tender and cars. This is a post-war model, and I found this in a junk pile. It was covered with white powder. I believe it was in a flood. The motor had been seized up. The smoke unit didn't work. It took me a while to get this thing back in shape again. I put new decals on the side, both on the engine and the tender. The cars I bought separately. And it does run well now. So let's take it for a spin. Smoking pretty good now. And this brings me to my next item. This is the Copper Queen. They only made this train in 1938, 1939. It's really hard to find, especially in the condition this one is in. And of course, this one's been restored as well. It is a Mercury locomotive, 040. Now, all of these cars, they call it copper because it supposedly looks like copper, but it's really not. What was done here at the factory, rather than copper paint, what they did was actually buff up the original metal finish and shoot it with amber shellac. And this is just what I did to these cars. So it was done just the way it was done at the factory about 80 years ago. Now, the sides are original. Okay, the top and the bottoms of these cars were done over by me. And so I actually had to buff the tops and the bottoms and leave the center section alone, which was kind of difficult, but I managed to do it without ruining it. Buffed it out, put on 4 coats of shellac, and then 2 coats of clear. The clear, of course, was never done at the factory. And this one doesn't smoke, but it has a lens, the top of the smokestack, that does kind of glow. It's supposed to imitate embers in the firebox, but as we all well know, the firebox is in the back of the train. So, let's get to this one. This is what they call an articulated set. There's no couplers per se. all of the cars are hooked together with a pin. And you see the cars are illuminated. That was a really rare thing back in the pre-war days. Okay. Now, last but not least, I'll go over here and show you a E7 diesel. Let me get it out of the spur for you. Okay. Now E7s are fairly common, but not this one. This one is the rarest of the rare. This is the 4000 Penn Central, okay? And some had the stripes like this one, and some were without the stripes. Now here's the secret. This really isn't a Penn Central 4000. This was a very common Santa Fe set, which I turned into a Penn Central clone. I had to very carefully pick out the decals to make sure they were the same type that was on the original. You can see the vents in the side. I had to dry brush those on. And the stripe is actually a wide pin stripping type. The only thing that differs from the original is the number. I couldn't find the original style number, so I had to settle for this. But to me, it's good enough. And nobody knows but us, right? Okay. And here we go. I've only got 2 lines here, so I had to put it in reverse, or else it'll run into the other train. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. If I get any more rarities, I will certainly let you know.